welcome back to Mage the Ascension, the Tower. This is episode 6, an opportunity for our party to show their strengths and all that good stuff. And they are feeling 100% confident in themselves. Currently, we don't have many announcements, so just keep an eye out on the channel, on the Twitch, on the Twitters to find out if any new projects are coming up. But first, after that, let's go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you who they are and what cool things they're up to. And we are going to start with Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858, and I play Chiharu, the kinfolk monk who has tried to keep their family's establishment alive, I guess, quote unquote. Keep the werewolves at bay with my fellow cabal members. In terms of projects, I saved that until the end of the session, but that's me.
Right, short and sweet. Next up, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm playing Bonnie. Um, Spooky but cute.
All right, sure. This is going to go really good for everyone. Quinn, your turn.
Well, hello. My name's Quinn Sellers. I play games and things, mostly Dungeons and Dragons. You can find me on Twitter at QSellers or under the Mercenary Storyteller. But tonight I'm playing Eric, recently not married, and currently wielding a gun that he can't use by himself with a flamethrower. That it's really his and Bonnie's love child. It's really what it is. There's a lot
We
of love
might as
went into
well
this
just
game.
get married right now. We own property together in
We own
both the real estate
This is-
and personal property.
Well, this relationship's going really fast.
You've already met my
We
parents.
have a house. We met your parents. It's only been like 3 days. Oh my god!
I know. I mean, you've known each other longer than that, so
I mean,
Hey.
the heart knows what the heart knows, you know?
sometimes you
And
just
it really,
know.
it knows it really wants a big 50 caliber gun with a flamethrower on it. I mean, it's just the way it is. Fate has
I have to
decided
think
that.
through
So
afterwards.
You guys should mount it on like a spare wheelchair or something. Make a little cannon.
I apologize for taking the time. Thank you for joining us.
All right, last but not least, Sir Monolith.
I'm Sir Monolith or at Sir Monolith on Twitter, and you can find me here and probably in some of the other games like Price of Power and Earthian Knights when those find their way back into the rotation here.
All right. Now that our party, our cabal, has reintroduced themselves, it is time for them to finish their preparations. As you all are finishing up, some of you are more composed than others. You have gathered as much as you can. The kinfolk that have managed to stay behind have prepared as much as they are able. Are there any last-minute conversations you wish to have before events begin to transpire?
Chiharu will make their way over to Hoshi and just say, listen, this is going to be a dangerous event. I want you to stay safe. So, if you would like, there should be a safe zone about 120 feet from here. Hopefully, it should keep everyone at bay. It's up to you.
This is an opportunity for me to raise my standing in the other world considerably. I have no interest in cowering before a threat.
Right. Well, in that case, seems like we might have a job to do. Thanks for joining me on this.
Of course. And as the rest of you are settling down, Hoshi is going to unleash a roar of defiance into the heavens, and you will all gain 1 point of willpower that goes above your current maximum. So if you have 5, it will go up to 6. It is not permanent, but for this battle, you have that 1 extra point of willpower that you can spend. I know some of you may have spent a lot of willpower in our last session,
What?
so it is a
I
good
do
opportunity
declare.
to help you a bit. All right. So as you all are arranging yourselves, how are you setting yourselves up? Currently, the kind of layout of the compound is that there is a fence, or more of a wall that's about 6.5 feet tall. Then there is a singular large gate where people are allowed entry. There are several buildings that you could choose to situate yourselves on top of. There are, hills and things like that. There's a fountain that you can use as well. How would you all like to kind of position yourselves in
I
respect
think we're
to this?
overthinking this. Just gonna throw it out there. Just in case we didn't, making sure we're going
That's
over all the possibilities. Why don't we just leave? Just we could just not be here, and throwing out there. This is in game. I'm talking to them.
I am not leaving my family's establishment.
Just that's okay. Forget about it. Just making sure we're thinking about all of our options.
They've fed and housed you for the time that you've been in Ohio. Are you really that eager to leave them behind?
Assuming you're asking me, right? They've been housing me. Oh, well, I mean, I didn't get to go into that one room, and it's still really been irking me.
Do you want to go now?
No one's here. This might be our last chance. This may be our last chance to see what's behind door number 1. Just saying.
So instead of preparing for an invasion, you would like to unravel secrets in a
Well, how
room?
tall is this building? Out of character to storyteller.
Oh boy, I'm so bad at the heights. It's a 4-story building, so whatever
It's a
the
40
4-story
feet.
building.
Yeah.
We have a sniper rifle connected to a flamethrower. I think the vantage point would be advantageous to our goal, and there is the added benefit of finding out what's behind door number 1.
We could just a quick pit stop on the way to the roof of the 4-story building. Just
We need to
quick
go
pit
to
stop.
floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4 before getting to the roof.
Right? Yeah. It wouldn't take really any time at all. Just
We're
you know what,
going
Chiharu,
right-
don't worry about it. We're gonna go and take a spot on top of the building here, and we'll be up there in two shakes, so really quick.
Yo, kids want to see a dead body?
So odd. So odd.
So I will 100% go up to the roof of the four-story building. Hopefully Bonnie's joining me. It sounds like,
Yep.
and we're gonna go check out that room if it's on the way. We're gonna peek.
Oliver is curious because he doesn't
Let's
have
see.
anything else to do, so he's gonna sneak along, or at least follow along.
Yeah, Chiharu, go check the perimeter. Do the thing.
People are a bit busy at the moment, so they are not. The security is not as much as it would have been. So there will be a dexterity and stealth check at difficulty 3. Well, the
Do we
difficulty
both have
6,
to?
but yes, all 3 of you. The difficulty is going to be 6. You want 3 successes. I made that.
The dex and stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, difficulty 6. You said
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Do I get an advantage for being short?
Sure, the difficulty's 5. This is short.
I got
Why-
4 successes. I
Why-
really want to sneak into this building.
Still, watch. I'm still gonna botch this. Still gonna botch it. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to roll. That's the wrong
That's an
button.
initiative. That is a different role entirely. So far, Bonnie and I will see Bonnie can help
Oh, two
Eric
successes.
get through. So Bonnie and Eric are gonna get through pretty fine. You all manage to push open this normally locked door, but you find that it's kind of half open since people have been coming and going. Oliver, you attempt to get in, but people begin to kind of walk by. Do you wish to kind of abort and move, or do you want to kind of try to force your way in?
Just nothing to see here. Just preparing. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Preparing.
You should be outside, not preparing inside of this room. What are you doing? Are you not with Chaharu?
Chaharu's busy, and I
Yes,
was
as we all should be.
looking for materials. He said there was something over in this area, but I wasn't sure exactly where.
He said there was materials in this room.
I don't know if it was specifically this room. Is this kind of like just this direction? And
Go and join the efforts outside.
which way? Back that way?
You know how to get outside because you came inside.
Well, I was just wondering because you know the area better. Maybe there was somewhere else that I would be better suited for.
No. Just
Okay.
go back outside.
He's going to go back outside. He doesn't really have a choice now.
So,
You
actually,
said Bonnie and I got through the door, though?
Yes, Bonnie and Eric did get through.
We'll
Chaharu, would
text
you
you
like
the
to?
secrets.
Yeah.
Would you like to
We're
describe what
listening
this
on the
room
other
would
side
look
of the
like?
door, like, oh, got caught.
Would you like to describe
Still-
this room, or would you like me to do it?
Wait, whose room is this again?
If I understand, they are trying to find where the node or cairn would be, which is very problematic.
Oh, um, so the node itself, is it located in the building? The node was located outside, because if I recall correctly, I was.
We
at
just
the
want to know
node.
what's in this room.
Yeah, it was.
The armored
What's in the
room,
box?
with armed
What's in the
guards that
box?
we said don't go
You
into.
would know that the room that they are looking for is not the cairn itself, but it is a space that is supposed to be reserved for the spirits. It's kind of like a what's the red room? Not a room of respect. There's I forget the word for it in English, but it's like it is the room where you would go and you would pay respect to the ancestors, and
Oh,
in Japanese it'd be like burning incense to the people who came before. There's a name for that, but I'm drawing a blank on it.
Shrine.
oh. So the room itself would be. It would definitely have tatami mats on the ground. I guess I think it's bamboo walls that kind of pushes from the side. An ornate decoration of orange and white, hints of gold across the walls. You will see different wooden, um, beautifully ornate. What would those be called? Not like statues, but they're more like stools. And certain items are placed on those stools. And if you take a look around, you'll see different pictures, different of individuals who look of varying ages and origins per se. And even right now, you will see incense coming from a bowl from a couple of these stools. You could perhaps tell that some of these individuals may be ancestors to Chiharu. Um, I do think there will also be a few ornate objects associated with the their kin. There's the Stargazers, our clan. Um, so you will see a couple of those listed around there. But it's definitely dedicated more towards those who have passed on to the next life.
Is this a I don't know if what's the word I'm looking for? Is this a functional room that they use for something, or is it more just a ritualistic kind of honoring the dead room? Like it doesn't have a purpose other than remembering thy ancestors kind of thing.
Looking around, you would guess it is a room for honoring people and probably a room for small meetings with people. There is a
Why were they
table where
guarding this so
people
much
could.
hard? It's like guarding a graveyard. You know what I mean? Why would
Oh,
they prevent someone from enjoying such a
And that's
death
how
is to
Eric
be
died.
celebrated?
Chiharo's not there to explain, but
Yeah, I'm saying this to Bonnie. It's like, why would they be
Yeah.
guarding this room?
Bonnie looks around. Oh, it's just a shrine. It's just a shrine room.
Shrine to their ancestors, to the fallen. I think it's beautiful. If we ever get real married, I kind of want to do it here.
I don't think they would let us.
Or how about we save their compound and their entire family? Then probably they might say yes.
I think you want the wedding more than the marriage.
I mean, have you looked at this place?
She looks around the room, looks at the incense, looks at all the dead people. Do you think there's a way that we can convince my other mother that we're actually in love?
I mean, I feel like I did a really good job keeping your lie for you, and she saw right through me. Your mother's terrifying, and I think she could see directly into my soul. But I'm willing
So
to
it's
give it a go.
me who needs to be a better liar.
Oh,
Fair.
good. I thought it was me. Glad it's not.
Perhaps it was both of us. We both need to improve our lying skills.
I mean, lying's such a harsh word. We need to improve the bending of the truth.
Okay.
How should we do this?
Well, I think right now might not be the best time to talk about it. We saw the room, and I think people need us outside. But I'm really glad we shared this moment.
All right, let's go to the 4th floor.
All right. And I'll peek my head out, make sure the coast is clear before exiting the room and making my way up to the roof with Bonnie.
I picture us tiptoeing out of the room.
Pink Panther style.
Yep.
All right, so you all are able to make it to the roof of this building, and you're able to kind of settle in. It is very awkward to set up a weapon that is both a long range weapon and a close range weapon at the same time, but you managed to do so. And if there is nothing else, I believe it is time for.
We need clarification where we are at. Chihiro would have went sits there more closer and personal in terms of combat. I'm presuming the kinfolk is providing a similar fighting technique or fighting battalion of sorts, so they would be with their kinfolk, since they would most likely be on the front lines.
Okay. And you do find that the kinfolk, although are martial arts trained, they won't be much of a match for a werewolf, but they do have their silvered weapons and things like that. So they aren't in any one place. They've kind of spread themselves out and you would know that it's to make sure that they cannot be targeted in one place. So you are able to kind of place yourself however you like amongst them. Hoshi is with you. So, you all
Question, Ree.
Sure.
What type of flamethrower is it that they attached to the rifle? Because if it's a military grade flamethrower, then that thing has a range of about 160 to 330 feet. It can reach out and touch someone.
They're on the roof of a building. I don't
Which is
I
only
am not
40 feet up. I'm
a-
just
Which
saying.
makes it
I'm
easier.
not a soldier. I am not a soldier, so I will not declare how
Well-
flamethrowers are meant to be used.
The difference is
feel
that
like on top of a
military
building
ones
is
use
a bit
liquid
too-
fuel and civilian ones use
Sure.
gas.
I'm
You know what?
assuming it'd be a military one. I mean, this isn't a civilian 50 cal rifle, right? They don't just
Sure.
sell those.
Sure, it uses sure. It uses fuel. It uses liquid fuel, so sure, it'll work. It'll be
So
fine.
I'm gonna stand over here
Sure, it'll be
while
I
you
don't know
have
how
that
well it's going
bomb
to do against
strapped to your
werewolves,
back.
but in a zombie apocalypse, Bonnie and I are set.
For a little while.
That's a different. I think that's a
That's
different.
what the
entirely different
spells
genre.
are for, right? Like, because the zombies don't
Entirely-
care.
Entirely
Maybe a
different
paradox
genre
from
of
zombies.
This
fiction.
flamethrower was a stroke of genius.
It's either a stroke of genius or it's gonna give Rhea a stroke.
Nope. Liquid fire while you're fighting in a forest compound defending people who love nature. I'm sure it is going to be really useful.
It's
I
fine.
think
Hey,
it's
you know,
gonna be fun.
if we go
I think it's gonna be
down,
fun.
we're bringing them down with us.
As in, we're bringing the good guys down.
Well, we're bringing the good guys and our enemies down.
Someone will go down. Someone's definitely going to go down. All right. If your last minute preparations are complete. All right. As you all are preparing yourselves and steeling yourselves, everything goes oddly quiet. For those of you with electronic devices, you suddenly find they stop working. The lights begin to go down, and you hear this insane cackling fill the air. And I need all of you to give me willpower rolls, difficulty 7.
Does my pocket watch still work? You know, it's a wind up pocket watch. Or is it just like cell
Say
phones and other stuff?
yes. Yes, your pocket watch will still work. I don't think it would be. I'm not considering that a mechanical device in the same way. So that'll still work.
So you only get to use the willpower you haven't spent yet, right? Just
Yes, your current
sure?
willpower, not your maximum willpower.
I mean, just I figured I'd double check.
So for this rule, ordinarily it would be the full thing, but for this one, it is your current. There are negatives to burning all of your willpower all at once. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right.
One success.
I'm going to. Do we need to just get one success at least, or is that what we're trying to do?
I mean,
or?
You want
I
at
guess we'll
least
find
one
out.
success, but
Oh,
you'll-
okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to burn a willpower then to make sure I get at least
You-
one success.
You cannot burn a willpower on a
Oh,
willpower
okay.
roll.
Oh
Unfortunately.
no, that would be like willpowerception, right?
Doesn't work. So it sounds like everyone except for Oliver got at least one success. Is that
I
correct?
said 7, right? Oh, I got 2 successes.
Oh, 2. Okay. All right, 2 successes. So you all feel this fear settle into your bones, and you begin to tremble, but you are all able to take a deep breath and calm yourselves, and you avoid taking any immediate negatives. A moment later, you all begin to hear the gate in front of you shake as something pounds on it over and over again. There's this.
So from Eric and Bonnie's vantage point, could we see anything?
So from your point of view, you all see this dark shadow approaching. It's almost as if the darkness itself has taken form and begins to make its way towards the gate. And from the center of this darkness, you see this sickly green glow. And then something begins hitting the gate. And you see the
Question,
gate
storyteller.
begins to fall.
Go ahead.
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we would have prepared. I don't think anyone said it, but it sounds like a really good. Would we have provided each other with some kind of communication, walkies or comms or something? I'm sure they would have had that. And
I would
if
say that would
they
have been an opportunity.
and
that would've
if
been a
we
thing.
did get it, which I appreciate that, if that's the case, would they still work even though this like I don't even know what to call it. It wasn't an EMP, but our devices stopped working. Would the radio frequencies all stop working, or would those still work?
Yes, those electronic devices would no longer work. So unless you have either a magical way of communicating, which those of you with correspondence may be able to do, they would not work. Unless you have like a string and some cans. I guess that would.
Why did we invest all this
still
time in building an advanced super weapon? We should have just cut some cans and string.
Decisions are made. Consequences.
Going back
are
to
seen.
Little Rascals technology.
Yeah. So we see this darkness approaching the gate, and I'll try to jump on comms and be like, "Hey guys, at the gate, like they're here, big darkness." But I'm assuming it will be all pretty quickly understand that no one's hearing me if I don't get a reply.
All right.
Check.
As you all,
Anybody?
As you all are waiting, you see a figure from in the shadows for Bonnie and Eric step forward, and it's large and jet black fur with these kind of symbols almost carved into them that's glowing this sickly green, and they open their mouths and a gout of this green, almost acidic fire begins to melt the gate in front of you. Jaharu, you recognize this immediately, as well as the kinfolk. They have brought balefire, a less of a fire and more almost like a sickly disease, and it begins to permeate everything in front of you. Do you wish to do anything as you see the gate beginning to dissolve?
I'm not aware of how to remove the balefire, correct?
Let's see, I don't think you have the dots for that. You do not know how to remove the balefire itself, so...
We couldn't figure it out in the basement, so...
Yeah, you all have not learned how to deal with it yet.
OxyClean.
So
sure.
In that case, they're just going to stay with their kinfolk, just stay strong, and unfortunately wait for them to bust through the gate, because it'd be foolhardy to just rush through the flames like that.
All right. A moment later, you see a claw reach through and begin to pull out a large chunk, and then a face is kind of shoved through the hole, and it's filled with potched and mottled fur, and it looks around at all of you, and you recognize it as speaking, but you can't understand the tongue of a Krynos werewolf. But you can feel the hatred and the promise of violence coming from its tone as it rams its shoulder into the gate that begins to fall apart. You see 5 werewolves dart forward towards you all. And I believe it is time for us to enter initiative. Now, we have already rolled our initiative because 20th edition initiative could be a little complicated. So, Jaharu, you are going to go first because you're going to win the tie against the opponent. And the werewolf in front of you is about, we'll say, 40 feet away. But they are moving much faster than a normal person. How would you like to react?
40 feet away, that's perfect. Chiharu's seeing the positions, starts to wrap around into a 360 spin as Key starts to rotate around them in a circular format. And as they bend down and crouch, they dash forward, a burst of a shockwave going behind them as they slightly transcend past what is humanly possible, particularly for this time. And they're going to unleash forward with a massive drop kick to the face. I have a particular move for this. It is called Thunder Kick. So yeah, it is a major attack, but hopefully it should work. Let's see, roll extra difficulty. All right. Okay.
They don't even attempt to avoid you, so as long as you get 1 success, you will hit.
Oh, they about to learn today. Okay. Yeah, safe to say it was definitely quite a bit more than one success.
All right, how many successes did you get?
So it's nine successes, 2 crits.
Fuck, kick him in the face. Shit.
That was the goal.
What is your strength score at the moment?
So my strength right now is a 5. So it'd be a 5 plus 3 plus successes. So that's going to be 9. That's why I was like, if he's not dodging, he's about to learn today.
That's going to be 16 dice worth of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
roll
it's lethal attack.
16 okay, roll 16 dice at difficulty 6.
Right. It was like he gave me a free shot. Oh, he's okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's wild. Why do you have so many dice?
You said difficulty 7?
6.
A 6? Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 damage. Lethal damage.
Okay. And it is going to manage to soak. Oh, someone soak 3. Let me see. It's going to. I'm going to do something. Yeah, it's going to spend a point of its rage, but as you hit it, your feet connect square with its jaw, and you feel for a moment the jaw resists before breaking completely. You can almost see bones begin to kind of hang loosely as it roars back, and you see its eyes go almost dead for just a moment before that balefire green reignites. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Oh, you kicked the big one in the face? My
I mean,
man.
it's the biggest
My
target.
man.
The biggest target.
And that's it for me.
Right, then it is going to return the favor, and it is going to use. All right. It's going to attack. Gee,
He's going to use a can of Mage Be Gone.
Oh, wait. Let me just do it this way. Dice roll 1. Pop. 6. Oh, wait. Not roll. No, your players are not rolling dice, right? It rolled 3 successes. Are you going to attempt to avoid being hit?
Oh yes. So I before we was called snake step. So as he sees the creature not being dropped, using the same technique that he was fighting against with his mother, their movement is ridiculously quick, transcending again past what is humanly possible, and they're going to use snake step to dodge out of the way, which puts their difficulty to dodge at 5, with 3 extra dice. How much would I need to beat this? 3?
3.
Yep. So yeah, that was already 7 successes to dodge that one. So.
As it comes forward, it brings its claw down, and you're able to not even so much as dodge, it just kind of use its momentum to push yourself out of the way. And you see the kinfolk around you almost not quite feel bolstered, but you see them that fire, that spark of they might be able to win this begin to spread through all of them as they each begin to pull out weapons. You see knives, you see guns, and they begin to open fire on the other side.
Yes, that was the goal.
It's going to be Werewolf 2's turn, who's going to collide with your family members.
You didn't know Chiharu is really a bard.
You see several of them rush forward, And we'll give them a combined
No.
dice roll of 7. We'll do 7 for the collective group. You see several of them rush forward, blades drawn, and as the werewolf kind of turns towards them, you see that this one kind of glare at you, and this one is a bit skinnier, almost sickly in its form, almost as if it's been starved for a time. And as they come forward, it takes one of its claws, and you see it just go straight through the first of your family members to arrive, whereas the other ones immediately spread out and begin firing. It takes the body that's on its claws and drops it in front of you before turning its attention back to the others. And Werewolf 1 is going to... Well, the rest of you are hiding on a roof, so I guess it's just gonna attack Jaharu.
I don't know where Oliver is, but
I mean, hiding.
Oh yes, Oliver, where have you gone since you were unable to
I was on the roof with them, just like staying a little bit
Okay.
of distance from the guy with the bomb on his back.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, got it.
I want to have a bird's eye view. I'm not trying to like play fisticuffs with these things.
All right.
feel like
The
it's a
next
bad
werewolf is
idea.
going to target more of the family in that case.
I'll be a football if I'm down there.
With 2 successes from the family.
Okay.
As this one, it rushes forward, and you see almost as if, and you recognize this as a battle plan that your family has been going through for as long as you've been alive. They kind of come together, and one person brings up a blade to meet the claws, and as they do so, the other one comes from behind and slashes across the center of its chest. And you see it, the wolf glare at them before the wound begins to burn and turns almost acidic. And you recognize the effect of silver as they begin this dance between the two of them and this werewolf. And they seem to be holding their own for the time being. So, Oliver, your turn is next. You see this happening. You see Jaharu seemingly kick this massive 10-foot tall werewolf in the chin and walk away. He seemed to be winning, at least from what you think, from where you're standing.
I guess that goes back to my question from earlier. If I wanted to light him up with some prime energy, just raw magical energy.
Sure. What form does the attack, do you wish to have the form? What form does the attack take?
Since he's not carrying any traditional weapons, he's probably going to quickly recite an incantation while waving, his kind of not wand, staff, with the crystal scepter toward and try to just like fire a beam of energy down at the giant asshole that just kicked our door in.
All right. That is going to cost you a point of quintessence. So roll me your arte. The difficulty is going to be 7 because this is going to be vulgar without witnesses.
And if I remember right, we can spend quintessence to reduce the difficulty, right?
You absolutely can.
Okay. I think I'm going to. It's up. I think I'll spend 3.
All right. So three to reduce difficulty, 1 to actually fire the attacks. That's a total of 4 quintessence.
And I think I will also spend a willpower to make sure I get at least 1 success. Because God, I'm gonna cry if I. So let's do that. I mean, it's kind of a do or die situation, right? Might as well bring all the big guns. So that brings the difficulty down to 4, and I've got 1 success, and then I got to roll 3 dice, or just my arte, right?
That's your arte. Yep.
Okay.
It will get an opportunity to avoid it, but I will put a penalty because it is
2 successes plus the willpower.
So 3 total. Okay. Right. I'm gonna put it there. 0 successes. So tell us what this looks like. You conjure this bolt of energy.
Well, it's not like he's kind of making a circular motion with the staff because it's not just being directed from it. It's he's kind of drawing like a magical circle in the air, where the energy kind of like fires down from as it gets built up, and just kind of it's kind of like it's a magical sphere in or not sphere, disc in the sky in front of where he's kind of drawing it out. And then as it finishes, it just kind of like, I don't know if you ever played Command and Conquer, but think of an obelisk. Anybody?
Okay.
Yeah. Something
Right.
like that, except instead of being a red beam, it's kind of more of like a whitish blue, what I would think of as prime, just raw magical energy. It might have kind of a cold effect to it, but that's aesthetic.
All right. As Oliver, you begin to wave your staff in the air, you see knocking in runes begin to erupt around you in a circle, and you understand most of them. There are a few that you've learned but haven't quite mastered, but that doesn't matter at the moment. There's Eric and Bonnie. You can feel this energy kind of reverberating through the air around you. And as this beam launches forward, almost at the speed of light, you see the two kinfolk who have already been. Oh, which one were you aiming for, actually?
I was aiming for the big one that Shaharu kicked in the face.
Okay. So just Chiharu you see Chiharu, you time it just for Chiharu to kind of put a hand on the shoulder of this wolf and almost use its own weight to push himself out of the way. And as the wolf turns to bring its claws to bear, this bolt of energy crashes into its back. And instead of burning through it, you see it almost freezes it in place as energy begins to spread through it. And it's almost, to you, Chiharu, it's almost like watching time itself stop for just a moment as this wolf collapses to the ground in front of you. And it is not moving.
Shiharu,
Excellent.
did I see where like the blast come from by chance?
Yes, it is very
Okay.
gaudy magic. It is not very discreet.
Hard to miss.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I was just, in that case, they're going to turn around their shoulders to where the energy beam comes from, and then just gives a thumbs up, like because that's the best they can do for her to say thanks. They can't really yell at that distance because you all are super far away. So that's their best way they could be able to say thank you.
It summoned the cat
All right.
spirit too.
All right, Eric, it's your
you
turn.
betrayed me.
How
Why
would
are
you
you
like
on a
to-
different area?
So I can still see through this rifle this much larger, almost demonic wolf, right? That just got lightning punched in the face or lightning kicked in the face.
Yes, you see that, and then you see there are still 4 other wolves that have engaged with different people throughout the battlefield. But you did see the beam of light, and that one stopped moving.
That one was that at the big guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so good. Balefire's done. Just want to triple confirm that he was the one breathing the fire, right?
It's the one that was breathing the
Why
fire.
do you smile like when I ask questions? You're like, well, I don't know. Maybe he's dead. Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
I guess Eric wasn't paying that much attention.
Yeah.
That was the one that was breathing fire.
That was the one that was breathing the fire. Cool. So 4 like normal werewolves now. Easy peasy. Well, yeah. God, I'll turn to Bonnie. We could still leave. Just throwing it out there. It's just us up here.
I'm just going to pat Eric on the shoulder and then take his hand and pull the trigger.
No, fuck. And I would like to God damn it, I don't have time to do anything now. I want to use. Can I use time 3? And I would like to, in a split second, as she like just pulls the trigger, I want to like slow down, get a good bead on one of the wolves to make sure I get a nice accurate shot.
You could use time 2 for that, but yes, it's going to be a coincidental effect since it's just a visual one for you. So roll your RT, and it'll reduce the difficulty of your shooting roll.
And as he does that, and as I make him pull the trigger, I am also pulling the trigger for the flamethrower.
Because YOLO, right? Yeah, I got
Yeah, because why not?
Teamwork.
you. We're just Mad Maxing it up here.
It's fine. Yeah, this is
Oh,
good.
we could be the Doof Warrior. Like
I don't
just
know.
like sending signals for fire and song with our
I don't know what the
guitar.
difficulty is with
5.
Arte. 5,
5.
so it's 2 successes.
Mhm.
Oh, and then I guess I have to roll for the shot too, right?
Yes,
Or is it
roll the
separate?
RT one first, and then roll the shot.
That was 2 successes on the Arte.
2 successes.
To,
All right, so
to
then
get a
your
good bead and slow time.
difficulty to shoot is going to be 3.
Great.
Yeah,
And I'm
for
assuming that's
love.
going to be firearms and something else?
Dexterity and firearms.
Cool.
So from what I understand with the arete rolls and using the magic stuff, it's easier if you're just enhancing an existing object versus, say, creating obscene magical effects.
I don't know how Charu's over here rolling fucking 20 dice, but I have 4, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know what the difficulty is. You said it was 4? 3?
Yes, 3. You
Cool.
all have
Well,
done
I
a
rolled
lot of
4s or
things
and above, so I went 4 for 4
for
successes.
All right, well, then I will give it an opportunity to avoid getting hit. Apparently, you all are rolling very impressively today.
Yeah, you are the
odd
talkie
reason.
talkie. I am the putchy putchy.
All right, you rolled 4 successes. They rolled 3 successes to avoid. Oh wait, actually, did it count? Did it count? It's 10. It did not count at 10. So it actually rolled 4 successes to avoid. So as you go to
Victory
pull
goes
the
to the
trigger,
attacker. Little Vampire the Masquerade rolls. I don't know. Check it. I don't know how it works in
you know,
Mage.
I will allow it. I will allow it. I am merciful. Roll what did I say?
He's
10
Regis.
dice difficulty. Roll 10 dice difficulty 6 is how much damage you're able to do.
10 dice. 3, 4.
Hey, this is
I
so.
have exactly 10 dice. Look at that. Difficulty what?
6.
With 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
You take the time and you aim right for a moment where the wolf is about to attack another one of the kinfolk, and you manage to tear
I got you,
right
homie.
through where the wolf's heart would be. And as the bullet hits it, you see the skin put up resistance for just a moment before the bullet goes all the way through. And you know for sure that the werewolf is going to go down. And it freezes for a moment before turning its gaze to you. That is 1 level of damage away from killing it.
I just pointed at Bonnie. I'm like, she pulled the trigger. I just aimed the thing. I don't,
Hey, whatever happened to till death do us part?
Did the
I mean-
flamethrower hit though?
Yeah, how did that flamethrower go?
Yeah.
You know what?
I
I don't know if it's gonna reach the gate, honey, but
So
but you look cool. Do a little air guitar background.
this is what we're going to do. This is what I will say. I will admit I'm not an expert on flamethrowers, but I feel like using a flamethrower over a battlefield where many people are fighting is probably not the safest.
It's a
roll me
risky
D100.
proposition.
Roll me a D100. if the number is
Gonna see who catches on fire.
well, if the number is below, we'll say 30, what you will hit an ally. You gotta all right. So somehow,
I'm not
through
looking at the
some
screen. What did she roll?
54. So through some stroke of fate, you are able to time the release of the liquid fire to just when the two mortals pull back to disengage from the wolf. And just as it begins to kind of raise its claws in pursuit, flames begin to burn alongside its arms. And actually, it can soak fire damage. You just can't soak silver. So hold on. Well, God, I don't know what damage a flamethrower does in Mage the Ascension.
It's
Well, it
basically
depends,
fire
right?
with an accelerant.
I think fire is normally aggravated, but they might have something that turns it into lethal. So I don't know what you're.
Oh, I'm gonna roll me. Oh, Jesus. Roll me 8 dice at difficulty 6.
so hot right now. Setting werewolves on fire and not killing any of our friends or allies. That's marriage material right there.
Two. Okay. So does this so for this roll, does it count ones?
Yes, ones do count.
Okay, so 3.
Okay. Somehow you've sure. All right, so let's see if it can soak any of that because I guess we're firing. All right, well, you rolled 3, it rolled 2, so it's still going to take a level of aggravated damage. Luckily for you, it only had 1 level of health left. So as this fire begins to spread along its fur, you see it begin to burn up the arms and chest of this wolf. And Chihiro, you see on the ground, the healing ability of the wolf is attempting to keep up, but the flames are almost too tenacious. And quickly the wolf is completely engulfed in fire and is burning out in a husk on the ground. There's a small section that is burning. You do not know if that's going to be a problem for the forest, but at the moment, 1 enemy has fallen. Well, 2 enemies total.
I'm speechless right now. That was so metal.
Hell yeah.
Bonnie does another air guitar.
Once that happens, one of the other wolves is going to let out a howl of rage and anger, and is going to spend a point of what is it? It's not blood for werewolves. Is it rage?
Rage, I think.
Yeah, that one, and is going to take its turn immediately. It is going to rush for you all as quickly as it's possible, and it's going to do. I think that's possible thing.
Hell no.
Is it possible to run like, I don't know how far the gate is away, like 200 feet and then 40 feet in the air? I don't know.
I mean, it depends on if I wonder if he has leap of the hair. You might.
Well, for it is going. Actually, what I'm going to do is roll to see if it can jump onto the building and begin to climb up to you guys. Because why not?
That's right.
Why not?
Nuke it from orbit.
Because
so luckily, Bonnie put this flamethrower on this gun, and this is the perfect situation to use it. Apparently, it's effective at long range as well, but things running up at us, perfect. Granted, Chihiro might be pissed because it's going to also set the building on fire.
And
it's not like
it's
not like flame and then it turns off. Like it shoots
the building,
accelerants.
The building that you're on as well. Yeah, it's really well. I'm sure it's going to be great.
If you don't kill it, it's going to be a flaming werewolf on top of you.
All right, so 5 successes. You see the shadows around it almost come together and wrap around its legs as it pushes off from the ground and slams its claws into the second floor of the building and begins to claw its way up towards you all. It's not going to get there this turn, but it is coming. Very fast.
Not fast enough.
All right, well, Bonnie, it's your turn. You see this happening.
Can I... Is it possible to use entropy and also pull the trigger again?
Why do you keep pulling my trigger? You mean your trigger or my trigger? The flamethrower trigger?
The flamethrower trigger.
What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to use entropy to make it harder. You know, make this werewolf's ascent up this building a little bit harder.
Maybe they just clean the windows. They're still a little
and
wet.
you know,
a little slippery.
This one
you know.
ain't no Spider-Man. This is Ohio. They're not used to buildings this tall. and just pull the trigger on the flamethrower.
I don't even know what that means. Okay, well, if you want to do two separate actions, you have to divide the dice pool, the smallest dice pool. So I believe your Arte is, what, 2 at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to use this effect to make it harder for it to climb and shoot, you would basically have to roll 1 dice per effect. And that kind of like
No. I pull her trigger. I pull her trigger this time.
Sure. Okay.
Eric is gonna assist her.
Roll your Arte. This will be a coincidental effect, so it'll be difficulty 5.
Okay. 1 success.
All right. You see as it begins to move, some of the wood and stone that was made up of the building. Apparently some of it was rotted, and as it tries to dig its claws in, it finds itself kind of ripping through it, and it has to take extra time to reach further in onto the actual support of the building before coming. But it is still coming.
That's what happens when you hire shoddy contractors, man. I mean, bad building materials.
You know, it's likely that they built it themselves. So
even worse, you didn't get a licensed professional. I mean, it's a 4-story building. It feels a little shack, sure, but this isn't structurally sound. I mean, I'm going to have to report this one. If we survive this, I'm going to report this.
They probably didn't have the building inspected, given the secretive nature of the location of this compound.
And they're putting everyone who lives in here at. We're going to be doing them a favor by setting this place on fire.
Start anew.
It's just burn it down. Start over.
It's the circle of existence for this building. It's time to.
When it's your time, it's your time, and it's this building's time
to be burned down and be rebuilt from the ashes, like the phoenix.
Roll 10 dice to see how this flamethrower on this building.
And I agree, and I pull the flamethrower trigger. I point the gun down at the wolf and just set the side of the building on fire.
What difficulty?
I'm so sorry, Chuck.
6. Difficulty is 6. Okay.
Bye, Bonnie.
7.
Do you have a specialty in dexterity?
No.
Okay. Well, that is a lot of successes.
That is a lot of successes. That's probably gonna be a very unhappy werewolf.
If you one-shot this werewolf, with a flamethrower.
1, 2, 3. Jeez. Okay, so 6 successes versus 4 successes. So roll.
I thought it was 7.
Did I miss one? 1, 3.
Bonnie said she had 7.
Difficulty 1,
Yeah,
2,
7.
3, 4, 5. Oh, it is 7. You're right. Yes, I am off. So 3 success margins. So roll me another 8 dice for the flamethrower. No, roll 11 dice actually. Because things. Oh, go ahead. You are absolutely setting the building on fire. Absolutely. There's a torrent of flame.
Oh
Torrent
no,
of
we're not
fire.
gonna have a wedding in this building, in that room.
Oh no! It's got their
Oh, no.
ancestral praying room. Oh god!
No.
Totally
It
forgot
was
about that room.
perfect for a wedding and a funeral.
So the wolf is going to attempt to soak this. But it is not good. It is not looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going. So as the flame engulfs it, you see it let out a cry of pain and anguish as fire sticks to it and it begins to burn. But you see its eyes focus on the two of you. And it continues climbing while burning. And as its claws dig into the building, you see parts of the wood begin to go up in smoke. And this building is going to catch on fire with you all on top of it. So
We've made our
you all will
decision.
have. Sure. So this battle is going to enter a second stage, as those of you in the building will have 3 rounds to get out of it before it collapses with you on top of it, burying you into a fiery wooden inferno.
Just how I want to go out.
There's no other way I'd rather go out. Bonnie and Clyde style. You and me.
You should
Imagine
change your
Hannibal.
name to Clyde
I should change
at
my
this
Oliver
very
is-
moment.
And Oliver is just along for the ride. Sure.
Well, no, Oliver's not in the building.
He's on top of the building with us.
He's on top of the building with you.
He's just further, like on the other side of the building. He wanted to stay away in case, it blew up or we set it on fire, I guess, which I guess
Like,
now
you
valid
blew
concern.
up.
Absolutely. You absolutely you did do this too. And the 5th werewolf is very distracted and is going to completely and totally fail at attacking Charu's family for reasons. Apparently, it is not doing very well today. Yep, Charu's family. So as it begins to attack, and it almost becomes more like a savage animal as it just throws itself at the rest of Charu's family, and they begin to almost corral it into a circle. But so far, the battle is going in your favor. Charu, it is your turn. You see that several of the wolves have already gone down. 2 of them have already gone down. Your home is on fire, and your friends are on top of it. And there's a burning werewolf that is trying to climb a building. Things have escalated very quickly.
That's one
Okay.
way to
Everything's great up here. We're doing a good job.
So I'm not aware that they are the ones that created the fire, I'm presuming. Even
I
though
You're
mean,
100%
You're
on
the
Probably
fire.
not
only-
a stretch.
There's
Yeah,
only
you
one.
are.
You can
pretty
probably
logical.
tell from
Pretty
context
logical.
clues.
Not too much of a stretch here.
Not that much of a leap. Your
There
family
was a
doesn't really use
building. There was a
a lot of
flamethrower. I mean,
flamethrowers.
you could draw a line. I don't know.
We came, we saw, we burned.
So Chiharu sees the flames building on their house, looks towards the Guru, who literally pulled their claws from one of their family kin. And for one of the first times ever, Chiharu restraint starts to peel away, and anger starts to boil a bit. And they look towards the Guru that's in front of them and says, "You've come at my family, so I will show you enlightenment and shove it down your throat." And they're going to rush forward and pretty much do like a 3-hit combo, 2 punches to the chest, and then a claw right into the throat as they perform nerve pressure point strike. So, this individual gonna get stunned. About to get stun locked.
Why did I allow you to
Throat
learn
punch him.
all of these things?
All right. As 6. Okay.
This one is going to avoid being attacked.
Oh yeah. I would imagine so. Just in case, I'll add. I would spend 1 point of willpower just to guarantee 1 additional success.
And it's going to spend a point of willpower.
Okay, so that will be 8 successes. So I made over 3 successes. So they will need to make a stamina roll, difficulty 8.
Okay.
If they
Well, first, it is going to attempt to avoid you.
Okay.
So it's going to get 4 successes to not be hit. So how many did you get?
8.
I hope
Good luck avoiding that.
All right. Well, fine. Whatever. It's like stupid. It's stupid. So whatever. It's fine.
So
Don't like you.
hey, I got a house burning down, partially, well, largely due to my fellow friends, and this person killed my kinfolk.
2
We're doing this
successes.
for
Difficulty
you.
8. So I got 2 successes, so it is not stunned.
Okay.
Just do it again.
Most of the damage
Wait.
to this property has been done by us.
Let's make a stamina roll, difficulty 8, or be stunned for the next turn. So he would have to beat 8 successes, right? For the stamina roll?
Difficulty 8 is 8 or higher on the dice, not 8 successes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, but they would have to beat the amount of successes that I had, or would they have to beat the remaining? That's what I was kind of.
They just have to get at least 1 success to avoid the stun effect, but the damage will be, so you rolled 8, so they rolled 4 total. So then it'll be 3 plus, what's the damage it is? Strength plus 3. So 3 plus strength plus 3.
All right.
Or strength plus 6. And I believe it's going to be all bashing damage.
I know. It'll be
Unless you've
lethal.
enchanted. Oh, well, it's a werewolf, so it's the same thing. So it doesn't
Oh, it's the same
matter.
thing?
Huh.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Yeah, werewolf soak.
Kind of laugh at lethal.
Let's see.
The fate of the werewolf.
I could do forces too and make it aggravated.
Use fire?
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
Fury.
Just to make sure. Yeah, they'll go ahead and use their arete to bring in their forces 3. And
That's definitely gonna be vulgar magic.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. That I kind of expected. But they brought in Bellfire, so they're going to get fire in return. So that
It's only fair. Fair is fair.
Difficulty. Let's see. Forces. What forces do you have?
force is 3.
All right. So then difficulty 7.
7. Okay. All right. 2 successes.
All right. So it'll. All right. So that will add to the damage, and your hands are on fire. You do gain some paradox for that. And then
just 1, right?
Yes, just 1. All right. Well, now it's aggravated. However, because it's not silver, I think they can still soak. It can soak aggravated damage. But you get to add 4 extra levels of damage because forces is OP for damage. So
I get to add 4 dice, or
forces just automatically does.
Oh yeah,
2 levels of damage per successes. So 4 success, you already do 4 levels of damage.
That's hot.
And then add other things. Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Why?
I knew I should have made these characters with the werewolf book.
I wonder what it would be like if you did prime forces for obnoxious elemental. Ree's just like, don't talk about that.
All right. Okay. What was difficulty is 6, right?
For his damage. Yep.
Okay. All right. 1, So it'd be 5 plus 2, right? So it'll be
He's dead.
okay.
Very dead.
Yeah, so he rushes forward, extremely upset, and the flames just like grabs around their chest, and then right up the throat, he just clutches it, and the flames just wraps around their maw, and you just see like the skull and content just melts away as they just release. And you can see there's actual anger in Chiharu's eyes as he drops the guru.
Cool.
I've never seen this side of Chihara before.
So
Always so calm.
the
You wouldn't
other
like me when
werewolf
I'm angry.
that is on the ground is now going to spend a point of rage to take its turn now. It did. What else does it do? You could spend another point of rage to gain additional actions, I think. Cool. So this is what's going to happen. You see it kind of pause for a moment in pure fury, flashes in its eyes as it opens its mouth and billows out this noxious black and green gas. And I need for you, Chiharu, to make me what is the roll? Stamina plus medicine, difficulty 8.
Wait, is this a dodge? Or it's not a
No.
dodge?
No, this
Is that a dodge?
is just no. This is not breathing in dust.
Oh, okay. What was you, stamina plus medicine?
Yes.
All right. Luckily, I boosted up my stamina a bit as well.
And we're gonna roll for your family members. I'm gonna give them 5 dice for this. Oh, they get 1 success. That is
Okay.
tragic. Oh, actually, no, I lied. They do get 1 success.
4 successes.
Yo, it's
The beauty of being physically based.
alright. Huh. So you are fine, but several of your family members begin to hold their throats as almost this disease-like black and green marks begin to spread across their bodies, and they all begin to drop. And you see, so you got 2, so we'll say 2 of them fall, since we only got 1 success. So 2 of them fall, and this encirclement that they had been building begins to fall apart now that the werewolf is free. And the werewolf is going to use its second action to attack you directly, Chiharu.
All right.
Wow.
This would be a dodge. Okay.
Yes, this is a dodge. That difficulty 6.
All right. So what's again snake stab? Oh, that's wow. That's
This
a good roll.
werewolf is very upset at you.
Upset. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
Why is he
1, 2,
upset- why is he
3,
so upset he's
4,
spaghetti?
5,
Why?
6. That's so. For those of you watching, that is 8 successes, 5 of which are 10s. So that's like 10. I don't even know how many successes that is. It's like 13 successes.
Just a couple successes.
Oh wow. I'm not gonna be able to dodge that one. What?
That's fine. This is what it's like when you roll an infinite amount of successes. This is the other end.
This is the other end.
This is justice.
You are the DM.
This
I am
balance.
justice.
It is a balance.
Hey, man, I am a Cosmic Brotherhood. We're all about harmony, so it kind of makes sense.
The force has been brought back into balance.
Just 10. 2 success. Yeah, I was like, there's no way I would get it. Well, I mean, technically, I have 13 dice
Just
to roll.
10, he said. Just 10, you said. Just 10. Wow. I dislike you more. So 13 minus 10, so it's 3. So you take 2 plus strength plus 2. So 9, 11
there's
dice
rough.
worth of damage. You are,
This is gonna hurt. This definitely gonna hurt.
been so much more damage.
Chiharu's basically Neo.
Okay.
Well, yeah, now right now anyway, because they have a +7 to
For
dexterity.
a limited
Yeah.
time only, you
Yo.
too can be Neo.
For the
Are you
scene, you two
able
could be
to soak aggravated damage?
via life. Yes.
All right, roll your soak. Roll the soak.
All right.
Now, do you have to cast the spell ahead of time to do that, or is it like casting it reactively?
Yes,
Or-
you would have. Would you? Did you do that as part of your prep before yesterday?
Yes,
Did you leave it?
that was. Yeah, that was because that's what we were. That's why I was talking to Oliver. Well, sorry. Well, Oliver and Mike about like level. We were saying life 3. You use that to be able to soak it. So that's why I was having you prepare.
Then yeah, roll your
Yeah,
stamina.
I didn't know if it
But
was something
yes,
you
you
had to
would
like
need to do that. You need to
basically
do it
buff
in advance.
yourself ahead of time with or something.
Yeah,
And
so you would need
so-
to do that in advance.
That's
and that
better.
would just be the stamina roll, right?
Yep, just stamina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think you could probably give yourself more soak dice by enhancing your stamina, but this just gives you that ability to eat bullets, basically.
And what's the difficulty again?
6.
6. 4 success.
Well, you survive. So as the werewolf steps forward, you feel the claws puncture into your stomach, and you manage to avoid taking any immediately lethal damage, but you are very injured. You take a total of 4 levels of damage, so you just mark that on the sheet, and they are aggravated damage from the claws.
Oh, they're aggravated. Okay. Youch. All right. That's good.
And
to
any
know.
wound penalties applied to every roll except for Arte.
Okay.
All right. And I think that is going to be a wonderful opportunity for us to take a break for the evening. So we will be back to see just how this disaster of a battle is going to
Disaster.
It's okay,
Absolutely a disaster.
I'm up next. What's going to happen? What crazy thing is Oliver going to do next?
All right. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to our Mage the Ascension campaign, where we are apparently pyromancers, but that is fine. So we are just going to pick up just after this werewolf has skewered Jaharu through several not immediately vital locations in the human body. And the next turn is our lovely Oliver. You see there is a wolf that is on fire that is crawling up the side of the building towards you. The building itself is beginning to smoke. And you can see in the distance a bit that Chiharu is not doing too well. What would you like to do?
Don't think too hard. Ooh, my friend's dying out there on the battlefield alone.
Can I
Different values.
do I have to like lean over the side to see the flame boy crawling up after us?
Yes, they aren't close enough that you can like see them without looking down. There you are. Where they're there.
Oliver kind of looks over the edge, looks out at the battlefield, or looks over at Chiharu, looks down again, looks back at Chiharu, looks down. Shit. And he starts to and he starts mumbling and getting his stick out again, and he's like, this freaking stupid ass wolves coming in here, setting this place on fire.
Dad, they did that. Yep, they did.
I don't have time for this nonsense. Such a
What are you
nice
muttering
place
over there, Oliver?
burn down.
Who
Such
are you
a
yelling
nice
at?
Sure. It's revisionist history. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Sure. So that is going to be vulgar magic. And how much quintessence do you have?
Left. I have 3 left, so I'm gonna just spend wait. Yeah, so DC. I'm just gonna spend 1 for now to cast the spell. And then I'm
Okay.
going to spend another willpower to guarantee 1 success on the arete roll because I know it's going to be harder this time.
Well,
And I think, it's just going to do damage, right? Like you can't really add other effects to it at the moment. So it's we're just gonna blast him in the face. We got one of two problems, and this one's much more close. He's like, I can fix Chiharu later. It's fine. We got bandages. We got bandages. It's fine.
yep,
It's fine.
yep,
Everything's
that's
fine.
true.
What's the worst that could happen?
He dies. That's the worst. He's dead.
That would be a pretty bad outcome.
Yeah, okay. And then let me put it here. 7. Oh, can you actually get -1 success? Oh no.
You spend a point of willpower, so it is not a botch, thankfully. But it is 0, so the effect just kind of fizzles. You don't get any paradox for it though, because it did not. The spell did not happen.
That's fortunate.
But
He looks over at the other two. Juice batteries run a little low, guys.
You still lose the. But no, actually, you didn't fire the attack, so you get to keep the point of contestants as well. So it's not a loss.
Yay! Not a total loss.
Yeah.
Just lose the willpower. Oh.
Yeah.
It's okay. We had a freebie.
Yeah. Is that all that Oliver has?
I mean, well, I'm on the burning building. How high up are we?
40 feet.
40 feet is what we said. Yeah, 40 feet. So it's a very unpleasant fall.
Is there any buildings nearby?
Nearby, but it will be a very difficult jump without magic. That's what I was saying. Like they're nearby in terms of like an actual, home, but not nearby in terms of you're in a burning building, you need to leap from it. So near is relative.
Do I see any other immediate paths of escape aside from off the roof?
You can try to go back through the doorway that you came and then back down through the building. But other than that, no, you're kind of on the roof. So it's really just off or back into the building.
Making a judgment call, looking down at the smoke coming out of the building, looking at the jumps off the side.
Okay. All right.
It's a panic move. He does.
Sure. So, sure. Oliver is falling off of the building. You will not hit the ground this turn, so you may have an opportunity to use magic to help you with this. But for the moment, you are in free fall off of a burning building.
And he's just gonna go, watching the ground rapidly approaching.
It is rapidly approaching. That is. It's all right. Well, Eric and Bonnie, you see Oliver. You see him attempt to do something. You don't know if it worked or not. And then he just kind of jumped off the building and he fell.
YOLO!
I look over the edge of the building at him and then look back at Eric.
Is that planned? Should we do? I mean, I think there's a wolf coming at us right now. I mean, I feel like he decided to do that on his own and he should live with his consequences.
The irony of you saying that.
Teamwork.
You have no idea. I'm well aware of that.
Well, whatever befalls him will be his fate. And who are we to go against fate?
Right? So back to the matter at hand. Whose actual turn is it right now? Ree?
It's your turn. Eric,
oh, it's my turn.
Oh, it's yours?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw. Oh, that's right. You guys are 13-12.
Well, since there's a wolf coming up from us, and you said he's more than halfway here. He'll get here next turn. The gun's already pointed down. You know, just saying. Shouldn't be that hard. It's pretty close.
You know, the natural state of a gun is to fire, and it's already aimed, so why not?
If I use time magic, can I choose what it affects?
Yes.
So last round, we blew fire down the side of this building, liquid fire, and caught this wolf on fire, but he didn't die, continued running up the building, right?
Yep, that is a summation of what you've experienced.
I don't know if this would work. Can I save fuel by rewinding time, and the fire that spread on the building, can I suck it back up without affecting the wolf, so it would pass the wolf again?
No, that
Combination of time 3 and entropy.
Unfortunately, I believe you're still at time 2.
I'm at time 3.
Yes.
It was the first thing I upgraded with my experience.
But are you at a red taste?
Yes, you haven't had to. Or you haven't had your seeking.
Oh,
yet,
I
so you
didn't
don't
know
have
those
it yet.
things had to be aligned.
Yes.
Fuck.
You have to do the seeking first.
Well, then this is your fault, storyteller.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
All right. Well, then I pull the trigger. I'd like to use I'd like to aim a shot and fire another round down at the wolf.
Okay, sure. Roll to hit.
This is the non-flamethrower, right? This is just the
the silver bullets of the rifle. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, since I can't use any,
Why not just
3-point abilities,
use the
right?
flamethrower too? Just use the flamethrower.
I can't use 3. No,
Just make your problem worse.
I wasn't
Make your problem
concerned
worse.
about the fire at first. I'm like, you know what? I have a new ability to rewind time, and not realizing I couldn't use it. I have no idea how this thing works.
You know what? Just because this is what I'll say. I will allow you to momentarily do this, but I will warn you: the most likely outcome is that the amount of paradox you receive will probably make the situation worse.
Understood. I'll play by the rules and wait to have my spiritual thing to level up my arete. But instead, another thing that I have seen done, which I have not done yet, is could I enhance or improve my dexterity with life?
What is your life rating?
2.
That is a life 3 effect, unfortunately.
Fuck. All right. Well, I'll just do the same thing I did last time, I guess.
Okay, sure. Actually, what? Let me just check something. Is there? Nope. Can't do it. Never mind. So you could shoot them. That is a possibility. Yeah, that's pretty much your most reliable outcome.
Yep. I'm going to use time then again to aim a shot, if I will, to see if I can lower the difficulty.
All right, roll it. It'll be a coincidental effect, so difficulty be 5.
It's 2 successes. I got a 5 and a 7.
All right, that'll bring it back down to 3 on the hit roll.
And then I will fire my gun.
Cool.
Sweetheart, if you want to do the honors. I'll aim.
I will pull the trigger immediately without pause.
And that will be 3 successes to fire the gun. Assuming it's above success 5, which I think it's like 3, right?
Do you wish to spend a willpower on this?
I mean, the fact that you're asking means yes.
Take the hint.
I'll take the
It's
hint.
The werewolf is also spending a point of willpower, so I'll offer it to you as well.
Then I'll spend a willpower for 4 successes.
All right, so
I don't have a lot of willpower left.
you break even on this at 4 successes apiece. So, but I do allow for the attacker to win the time. So roll damage to hit.
And I believe that was 10 d10, right?
It was a difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, you said?
Difficulty 6.
Oh, that's way better. That's going to be 8 successes.
Now you see where my numbers come from.
Do the zeros count? I forgot. For firing,
not on
if
a
I don't
damage
have
roll.
4? Okay.
Not on damage roll. I don't think 10s count on damage rolls. So you do manage to hit the wolf, and you see for a moment the eyes go blank before she spends a point of rage to keep going for one more turn. But
Okay.
you do see as you fire the round, the silver burrows into the center of the chest, almost melting through it. And she's going to rely on her anger, her hatred at the pair of you to push her through just a little bit longer.
The 50 cal round, like, yeah, you might have a hole like this in the front, but in the back you have a hole like this. Like there's no spine left.
Pure anger.
Pure rage is gonna go. And I go, yes. Shit.
She's gonna push
Body.
one more.
Talk about
more
blowing her
turn.
back out.
All right. Well, no, Oliver dies. Oliver just dies.
Oh no.
You just hear
Alright, so, Bonnie, it is your turn. You could end this on this turn. What would you like to do?
What's the chance of rain today?
I don't know. Not impossible. We'll say it's not
Well,
impossible.
yes.
I
So
don't
what's
know
the chance of rain?
weather forecast. We'll give it a 30% chance of rain today.
A 30% chance. Can I up the percent of chance of rain with entropy so that it does rain, thus making thus abating any damaging effects of fire on this building, and
to alleviate any guilt she has from using that
and
flamethrower
also
again.
making it a slippery surface for the werewolf so that she does not have such a fun time climbing.
One moment, I will consult the book because it does let you control the probability of events.
Praise Jesus, our Lord and Savior.
Reesus?
Jesus, the Reesus.
So I will let you attempt it. It is going to be more difficult to do so. I'm going to add a +2 to the difficulty for this. So it's going to be 5 + 2, so 7 total.
Okay, can I use willpower?
Sure.
All right.
You want 3 successes to have it start to rain.
Humbly hum, all praise to the Reesus.
Then I'll use quintessence.
This is a great time to spend these points. But
I'm
as
gonna
good a
use
time as
quintessence.
any other time. She'll ever find.
So what happens when I use quintessence? Does it
You can
add
reduce it. It reduces the difficulty. The maximum you can reduce something, in this case, would be 3. So you could spend 3 points of quintessence to reduce it down to 4.
Okay, I'll reduce it down to 4.
All right. With 1 willpower, you need 2 successes on the roll.
Ooh. I only have one success. So 2
So,
success.
with 2 successes, you do see that the clouds begin to darken, and you feel that you've changed the chances of rain, but it isn't coming immediately. It is not going to fix your problem.
Can I pull the trigger?
Sure, sure.
Fuck this
Sure.
building in particular.
Are you using the? I assume you're using the flamethrower again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fuck buildings.
It's her finger on the trigger, but I'm pulling
Alright,
it.
sure.
Pulling it back.
Roll it. Roll it.
Well, I'm pulling your triggers, you're pulling my triggers.
I feel like we're on either sides of this giant gun, and we're like basically holding hands on 2 different triggers, and like pulling each other's triggers.
This is very awkward because it's made to be manned by 2 people.
You say awkward, I say
Alright.
romantic.
All right. Roll to hit. You need 2 successes to hit.
Okay, what do I roll?
What did I say? Dexterity and firearms, I believe I said last time.
It's technically a firearm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What difficulty?
6.
All right. I will use a willpower for this as well.
I don't think you have a lot of those left either, so go easy.
Because I've been burning the willpower, but it's fine.
Well, I regain willpower when I sleep, so I will sleep very soon after this.
That is absolutely true. You will sleep in some way at the end of this.
3.
You are very fortunate. She rolled 3 1s to avoid you.
Yeah, buddy.
Damn.
Wait, hold on. She has her specialty will count. So she's going to tie. However, a tie goes to the attacker, so you do
Specialties
hit.
don't count if you're rolling 3 1s.
She rolled 3 1s, but 4 successes with the 10.
No,
So it
the
would have
10
been...
does not. The 10 doesn't count if you're rolling a 1. Because if you roll the 1, the 10 gets taken off
It
first.
cancels each other out.
Yeah, no, you don't get the specialty if you roll a 1.
Okay. All right. Well, then roll. What is it? What did I say? 8 dice for the damage plus 1. So 9 dice for damage.
This is so hot. You burn that motherfucker.
Okay.
So you manage to set the werewolf on fire, along with more of the building.
Again.
But she does seem to stop moving, and you kind of see as she clings on to the building, her claws are still almost embedded inside of the walls. And she doesn't move.
alive
Still?
He is
Well, you have
engulfed
to be
in
closer to
fire
find
and
out.
is no longer moving.
I poke Eric on the shoulder and says, "Help me bring the rain." And
I got you.
we're
our
gonna
next
try to
turn.
bring some rain.
On the next turn, we'll do it.
The building around you is starting to fall apart.
You said 3
You're-
rounds. We're only still in
it
1.
is.
We're still
It
in
is
1.
starting to fall
We're at
apart,
the end of
sure.
round 1.
You are going to be committing to a course of action. You know, this is your play. I respect it full-heartedly. All right, well, Chiharu, you are dealing with the final werewolf at the moment, and you are injured. What would you like to do?
Well, Chiharu, of course, sees the blood dripping down from the gaping wound that comes into place, looks at the guru, recognizes the rage, respects the rage, and returns the rage in turn with their own rage as they move forward and essentially leaps in the air and pretty much Superman punches them right in the jaw. Which is pretty much me also doing a stunning attack as well.
Go for it.
All right. Go down to. I'll go ahead and spend a willpower to give me a guaranteed success.
All right, with some 10s in there, it's 8 successes.
All right.
And add 3 dice to your roll.
3 dice? Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Right. A 9, no, 10 successes. Be 10 with the willpower spent.
Well, that will be enough. Of course, you. All right, roll damage. Roll damage.
So they have to make well, first they have to make the stamina roll difficulty 8, I think, to see if they're stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set up a stamina roll. Wait, that's supposed to be difficulty 8. Hold on. Oh, that's at least 1 success. It's like 5 successes.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. So they're not stunned. Here we go. This is strength plus 3. Okay.
Strength plus 3 plus 2 from the margin.
From the mark. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Zeros don't count for here, right?
Not for damage, no.
Okay. Will my fire still take place from the forces from before?
Yeah,
Or was that...
yeah.
Okay.
It's I think enough successes, so yeah. Still
That'd be a plus. That'd be an extra 2 dice or extra 2 successes.
extra 2 levels
damage?
of damage. 2
Okay.
levels of damage.
All right. And be aggravated. Perfect. So
That's so.
9 points of aggravated damage.
Everything is well. I could try to soak the damage. I guess I can try to soak the damage. Wow, it rolled 6 successes for the soaking of the damage, but does it really matter? So, as you go to attack, you see him kind of prepare to bring both arms up to receive the flaming fist. And it is at that moment that a kind of a almost red pinkish blur passes on the outside of your vision as Hoshi, your familiar, dives forward, ripping its jaws into the shoulder of the wolf, severing the muscles in the right arm. And just as you bring your fist down, it brings up the left arm to block, and you manage to aim for the right. What is this? Bicep, breast? The right side of the chest.
Oh,
and pectoral muscle. Yes, that's the one.
Pectoral. Okay.
And you manage to almost send a wave of fire straight through the fur, bones, and muscles and out through the other side. Very martial arts movie-esque. And the werewolf dies.
Whoop, whoop. Hoshi.
Hoshi.
We got. I
Arigato.
think there's one last thing to take care of.
Yeah, they're going.
No, I think we're fine, yo. Oliver.
Oh yeah, is that
Oliver cast Falling Rock.
So while Charu and Hoshi are celebrating their victory, Oliver is plummeting into the ground. Through the will of gravity, you're going to have 1 turn to attempt to avert potential disaster.
Does she have forces?
What would you like to do?
No, I do not have forces.
Oh crap! You can't affect gravity.
I mean, that would be neat. So instead, what's the difficulty roll for? I can't actually. Can I fully shape? I can fully shape change right now at life 3, can't I?
You can change parts of you, but you cannot
Parts of
fully
me?
shift into something different.
So I could just I have to sprout wings. Then would be like
Mm-hmm.
if I wanted to fly or
Yeah,
something, or
I
turn into
think
a
Life
cat and
3.
be like meow.
I think
Oh
Life
wait,
3
I
With
can't
can
do
Life
give
that.
you wings.
3, with Life 3, you could give yourself wings, but it'd be more gliding than flying
I mean,
because
that is
physics.
fine at this particular juncture. He's not super picky about trying to reduce his sword I'm looking here for.
Death?
Death,
Trying to
yes.
reduce
Or,
your death?
incoming income, not necessarily death, but impending painful landing.
Mhm. All right, so roll it. It's going to be vulgar,
I mean,
but you
yeah.
can give yourself wings, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And he is going to spend a. So what's that? If it's vulgar, that's DC 7.
Yep, 4 plus 3,
Okay.
7.
Okay. And then -2, so 5.
All right,
It's the shape changer thing.
all right, sounds good.
Just to make these types of things, and then I'll spend a willpower for the completely necessary at least
That's
one success,
wise.
unless he completely fails again. That was something special.
I think that is wise. I believe you need one. Ah, well, that's.
I
So, let me double check the book, but I believe to grow wings, you need at least one success, which you
Well, that's what the
have.
willpower is for.
So, hopefully, you will be okay.
Pseudo wings, gliders, like one of those paper airplanes.
Let me just double check. Well, is it? All right, I don't want to spend too much time looking, so we'll say. Oh, so I was incorrect on something, but because I messed it up, I will not count it here. So you will need at least one success to manifest the wings. So you do have. So what I will say with the wings, you are falling 40 feet, and you would normally take 2 dice of bashing damage per 10 feet. So I will say the wings will slow you down enough to reduce that to half. So instead of taking 4 dice, you'll take 2 dice of bashing damage when you hit the ground. So let's just roll
They're
that.
coming in for a rough landing.
So as you manage to create these wings almost desperately. So the wings themselves are not fully formed. They're not good looking. They're kind of like a cross between a bird's wings and a bat's wings almost at the same time. But they are able to catch the wind, and you crash into the ground, causing yourself to take several scrapes and bruises. But thankfully, you managed to avoid taking any significant amount of damage.
Yeah, he's just kind of panicking and like trying to mumble incantations as he's plummeting toward the earth and
You have
smashing into
the
pavement.
you have the golden luck. And now, so Oliver has managed to survive. Haru is bleeding but surviving. Heads up to Eric and Bonnie on the burning building. So, how would you like to proceed?
So if I look down, I can see Oliver's beat up and bruised, but alive. And I would like to confirm that there is a no longer attacking anyone, but unsure
But it
because it's a
looks like it.
flaming fur ball 3 stories up, like stuck into the building, like just on fire. But no longer a threat, correct?
It looks like, yep, it looks like you have a burning woman on the side of a building at the moment. Giant
And
werewolf lady.
following the trail of flames back up the side of the building to the gun, I'll look over at Bonnie. You just set a wolf on fire twice. I think we should get adjoining graves.
We'll find a suitable cemetery. We'll find a suitable cemetery on our weekend cemetery outings. For now, let's just put out these flames.
I think it's time to bring the rain, and
Rain dance.
I'm gonna go in and plant one on her, trying to recreate the Notebook.
Oh,
You laugh because you've seen it, and yeah.
Yeah. Is Bonnie's shoebox with her?
Sure. If you would like it to be, sure.
Yeah, she brought her shoebox with her just in case for contingencies.
You never know when you need an extra hand.
Yeah, whenever I need the extra hand. Her shoebox with her starts to vibrate, starts to jiggle, and the shoebox lid opens, and her familiar kisses Eric, and Bonnie brings the rain.
I make out with that hand.
Does it do a little like?
It does. It's like this.
All right. If you are both working in concert on this, roll your arte.
Is it? It's a combined thing. Like it's.
Yep.
I forgot how we did it last time for the time thing.
You just add. You'll add the successes together.
Oh, okay.
What's the difficulty?
I'll be nice and say 5. Well, it was 5 plus 2 last time, so it was 7 total.
So 7 or 5.
I got an 8 and a 10, so 2 successes either way.
Okay.
I have 0 successes.
All
I think I was distracted by the kiss.
So the rain clouds are arriving. Inexplicably, they are arriving. The rain itself has not come just yet. You know that it'll be any time soon, any moment soon. So you'll have a choice to make. You can
it needs to be in 2 rounds, though.
You can attempt to stay here.
There's
and
no more
try to. You could gamble your safety and stay here and try to get that rain to come, or you could attempt to find another way to safety.
At this point, they're both standing like awkwardly after the kiss.
I'm just looking at Bonnie and looking at the hand and looking at the body. I'm like, oh well, I mean, it kind of worked.
And she just she's looking for a way out. Is there like any immediate like way of getting us both to safety?
The most immediate way is to jump off the roof like Oliver, but you can attempt to either climb down the side of the building or run back through the building, and you will engage in a few acrobatics or athletics rolls to get through a building.
I'm not very athletic.
I mean, don't pull an Eric and try to run. Was our one attempt to like get the rain like count as a round? Like,
yes, for this we'll say each attempted action will be a round. So you'll have one more attempted action before the building will actually start to collapse around you.
Okay, so
I'll look at Bonnie and be like, third time's a charm?
Yeah, they stand there awkwardly staring at each other. Third time's a charm? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, roll it. You will literally need 1 success between the two of you to succeed. So statistically, it is very likely that this will work.
I spend a willpower.
that likelihood has turned to 100%.
3 successes.
Yes.
Well,
One
you
success.
you could get a critical double
successes.
boss like me.
So you are standing there together, and for a moment you wait, and you expect the rain to arrive, and it doesn't, and you're kind of standing there awkwardly, and you attempt to nudge fate and destiny just a little bit more, and finally rain begins to fall. For Oliver, you find yourself laying in just kind of a rapidly shifting pit of mud instead of overturned grass. Chiharu, you find yourself covered. This momentarily really epic moment begins to become much messier as rain begins to just kind of fall around you. The house is no longer burning. It is still structurally unsound, so you all will need to be careful moving down. But assuming you don't do anything unnecessarily risky, you will be fine. And I think, at the risk of letting you all do something else chaotic and killing yourselves, we will call that the end of our session tonight. So, first of all, let me thank all of these wonderful people for telling this mage story, where they got to encounter what it's like to fight for their lives and do very well at it. So I just want to say all of you did very well, very talented. So some of you did a lot more damage to yourselves than necessary, but it was cool. It was absolutely cool.
I have one very important question to ask.
Sure.
Is the wedding venue safe?
These are the important questions. Not that anyone knows that it's the wedding venue yet, but to
Well,
us,
it's
it's
gonna
important.
be, okay?
It's
Like,
gonna be.
it might as well
We will-
already be the wedding venue.
We will say that room is made to survive some sturdy things, so it is
Right, has
intact.
been around for hundreds of years, and now it is only being known as the wedding venue.
It's the shrine slash wedding
Wedding
venue.
venue. Yeah, I mean,
This is why people
who doesn't
don't
want to
make
get married
babies,
and
everyone.
are surrounded by their dead loved ones?
Yeah, seriously. Like
Obviously.
it's kind of weird that you don't. Like,
This is why, everybody. This is why. This is why mages are not very well liked a lot of the time. But please allow these wonderful people to let you know all the cool things that they're up to. And we'll go in reverse order this time, so we'll start with Sir Monolith.
So yeah, I'm at Sir Monolith on the Twitter. This is pretty much all I'm up to right now. But keep an eye out on Ree's channel for the other games like Erythian Knights and Price of Power for when those come back again in the future, because those groups are also a lot of fun.
All right, next up, Quinn.
Hey everyone, I'm Quinn Sellers again. You can find me at Q Sellers or the Mercenary Storyteller on Twitter. I'm up to this on Tuesdays for now, but yeah, thanks for joining us. I had a blasty blast, and I'm really glad no one died. Someone got close, and someone did more damage to themselves than the enemy did, but other than that, I think it was pretty successful. And no buildings burned. Mostly didn't burn. Little burning, but not this. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's fine.
All right, Carly.
hi, I'm Carly, playing Bonnie, and you can find me at the Twitters at Carly Plays Games, and yeah, I had a lot of fun today, being an agent of chaos.
Sure. That you were. All right, last but certainly not least, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858. Yeah, it was a bit difficult trying to tank for Guru, but fortunately, everyone came through and we were able to come out through the end. Of course, me being heavily injured was part of the process, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, in terms of
But you also dished out some crazy damage, though, dude. You killed it.
That
Killed it.
when you told me that he was not going to block this attack, I was like, I'm about to unleash Thunder Kick. Like, does he not understand what the damage is about? I was like, I didn't say any more. I was just like, I'm taking it. The Thunder Kick is my second strongest attack, only behind one other one. But anyway. Yeah, so of course you'll be able to find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kira858, as well as our YouTube channel, the Cookout TTRPGs, where you have a wide variety of TTRPG goodness. Actually, you could just, if you want to check it out, you could see me on a one shot. I was just on Stream Pucks this Monday, yesterday actually, called A Guild of Four, where we were in a thieves guild in Waterdeep. It was a lot of fun. I think the VOD should be up on their YouTube, or if it's not out, I know the VOD is up on their Twitch, but if it's not up on YouTube just yet, it should be coming out relatively soon. And also, for in a couple of weeks, I'll be starting up again my art streams dedicated to my upcoming comic for Snowstorm Comics. The first comic that I'm working on is called The War of Nephilim. And so I'll be working on some character designs, concept designs, landscape designs, and so forth. So you get to see a sneak peek of what's going on behind this nicely unique cyberpunk, sci-fi, anime-ish type manga comic book coming out. Should be coming out next year. So make sure to follow me on Twitter, at least for now, until Twitter truly crashes at burn, at TheKira858, as well as the Cookout TTRPGs. And that's me.
All right. And one final announcement. Please, if you are interested in progression fantasy stories, check out Royal Road Heaven's Chosen, where a character of my personal creation is playing through one of my D&D worlds to discover just what it means to be a cultivator. So definitely check that out at Royal Road if you're into it. Chapters come out every Monday through Friday. And
it's your novel, right?
Yes, it is it is the story that I've been working on, and I definitely
are you
anyone
releasing
interested.
it kind of like Martian style?
Yes, I think so. I think I know what that means.
Well,
okay.
The Martian was put out in like a blog format and then eventually put into a book.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That's cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna see if we could find someone to raid here, and then catch us next week to continue this wonderful story and see just how our cabal here manages to escalate their current situation to an even higher level of destruction.
Or not is an option too. Ree, I'm just saying we could just.
It is, but it's you're not gonna take that.
Things can always get worse.